We looked at the passage in Matthew 11:28, and Jesus says these words, "Come to me, all who are weary and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Rest, burden, yoke, all of these are interesting words. And the two interesting words that I think I see in this passage are the one he says, "Come to me and I will give you rest." I think one of the things that we're looking for in life more than anything else isn't just rest from the kind of physical labor that we have, but there are other things that we're doing, particularly in our service to God and our service for God, and we just feel like, man, I'm not doing enough for Jesus. And I think the thing for me is understanding how much of our physical world is an indication of what's going on in our inner world and our spiritual world. We've lived in our home since 1994, and we have the gift of accumulation. We can gather stuff, and of course I travel a lot. And one of the great things that you encounter people is that people want to give you something to remember them by. And some of the things that they give you are wonderful gifts, and some of them are simply trivia. And I don't mean this in any mean way, but sometimes I call it holy junk. And you bring it home. But of course, you've heard the expression, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And so what we've done essentially is that we have allowed these things to become a part of our life. And when they come in, you got to find a place to put them. And if you don't have a place to put them, then you have to build a place so that you can put them someplace. And these are not things that you're going to carry into heaven with you. And they're nothing that you're going to keep in your life for the long haul. In fact, a lot of things that we carry with us, we don't even know we have, because they've been with us for so long. And it's only when you start looking for something else, and I'm sure you had that experience, that you find something else that you were missing and say, that's where that was. And so last week, we decided that we would go after our garage, as they called it someplace. And our garage had become just a crazy, crazy place. And you could look in it and see, well, you actually didn't know what you had until you started taking it apart. Our daughter-in-law, Debbie, is a master at taking things apart in order to put them back together again. And so she and her husband, they came over, and my wife and myself and our daughter and a young couple in our church, Anthony and Amy, we decided, hey, we're going to get this place sorted out. And we started taking stuff apart, looking at things that we had accumulated, old cans of paints, paint brushes, stuff that we put away thinking we'll use this again soon. And soon actually has been more like 15 years. And now we realize we don't have any need for it. And so we've gone through this whole process of trying to eliminate. We're calling it decluttering. And in the decluttering of our lives, we're realizing that all of this has produced a lot of stress and not much room for anything else. It's a 3-car parking garage, but we only could park 2 cars because stuff took the place of everything else. So here's where we've been. We have been trying to get to a place where we can say, enough. And I want to tell you how we came to get to the place of enough. Let's do something better. Let's talk about it. Stay with me. It's going to be good.